Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It is moonmothgoddess. Thank you guys so much for being here, your continued love and support here on the channel. So today we are doing a love forecast for the second half of 2024. I'm a little late with getting this out to you guys, but I did have a few subscribers that reminded me to do this reading. I did the first half, which was covering January through June. And then we're going to be doing from today, the day that I'm posting this, until the end of 2024. What can you expect in your love life? Okay, so we do have 3 choices for you guys today. And this sweet little deck here was donated to the channel by Rose. So Rose, thank you so much for donating this beautiful deck for us to use for our pick a card readings. So pile number 1, this is going to be your card here, and that is with this flower agate. That is for pile 1. Pile 2, this is your card here, and that is with this rose quartz. And pile number 3, we have this card here with the blue rose quartz. For pile number 3. So those are the choices for today. Your love forecast for the remainder of 2024. What can you expect in your love life? So pile 1 with the flower agate, pile 2 with the rose quartz, and then pile number 3 with the blue rose quartz. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hello, pile 1. So those of you that resonate with this little heart here, this is going to be your reading today. So we're doing a love forecast for you for the second half of 2024 to see what you can expect in your love life. So as the energy comes through, I'm going to kind of read through it, and you can apply it to whatever the situation is in your love life currently. I know some of you are going to be, single. Some of you are, currently dealing with someone, a crush, dating somebody. Some of you might be in situationships, friends with benefits, having an ongoing situation. And then there will be those of you that are actually in a committed relationship. So whatever, I'm going to read the energy, and then whatever it is that comes through, you can feel free to apply it to whatever your situation is. Okay, if you feel like this pile doesn't resonate for you, you're more than welcome to choose another one. So we have Bohemian Heart, and it says you can love someone while staying true to your path. It is by traveling your true path that you will find what your heart is seeking. I embrace my unique path. So I feel like what Spirit is implying with this message, the importance of staying true to yourself, your values, your dreams, your visions, your passions, is because when you are in alignment with yourself, this is going to help you to bring the right people towards you, okay? Regardless of what your situation is, you're going to find either that a current situation that you're dealing with is either not in alignment with you, okay? Or you may find that this is going to help you to bring in partners who are aligned and that you are compatible with, okay? Sometimes we might, develop feelings or attraction to somebody, but then as the more that we might get to know them, we might realize that we're not really compatible. Okay, so this is where Spirit is kind of stressing the importance to you, pile 1, for the remainder of 2024. I would also say paying attention, right? Paying attention to certain people that come into your life. Do they align with what it is that you are truly looking for? Don't settle for less. Don't settle for breadcrumbs. Make sure that you are in alignment with you, your desires, what it is that you're really looking for when it comes to love. And by doing so, right, you are going to help to strengthen your own energy, being in alignment within yourself, and then that's going to help you to draw in and attract and be attracted to the right partners for you. Okay, so let's see pile number 1. And I tried to do this pile a few times, like 3 times, maybe 4 times, and the energy just, I don't know, there was something just feeling like it wasn't flowing. And so maybe that's a message right there, is maybe for some of you could be dealing with a person or a situation where you're feeling like things are not flowing. Okay. Especially with that first part of the message there, you can love someone while staying true to your path. So, you know, sometimes there are certain people that we connect with, we meet, we love them, we're attracted to them, but then we also realize, is this person really in alignment for me, right? So this can be a little bit eye-opening for some of you, where you're finding that you are drawn to somebody, but you're just kind of feeling like they don't fit in with what it is that I'm really looking for, and that's okay, right? Sometimes, you know, everyone's in a different place on their journey to love. And sometimes there are certain people that are, you know, working on their healing. They're working on, you know, dealing with certain karmic patterns of behaviors. And sometimes we might be a little bit further along than someone else, and we might find that we're not quite in alignment or no longer in alignment, especially if we've been dealing with a situation for a while, or if we're in a relationship with someone and then we're finding that we're growing and aligning with our true self, and you know, sometimes the other person is not wanting to do that inner work, and we might find that we outgrow even certain situations, okay, or connections. So yeah, I'm feeling that is some pretty good advice there. By you staying true to you and your path and what you are really looking for in your love life, is going to help you to draw in the right partners for you. Okay, so let's see pile number 1. Okay, we've got the King of Cups is the first card out. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's see, what can pile number 1 expect in their love life through the rest of 2024? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We also have the Five of Swords. So we also have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy here. What can pile number 1 expect in their love life? Okay, so I'm going to take this 10 of Cups, which is this card coming out. What can pile number 1 expect? We have the Knight of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to take this Nine of Pentacles coming out. pull one more. And we have the Page of Swords. Okay. Okay, so of course there's going to be different messages for different people, okay? I think it might be better for me to just kind of go down the line about single people, ongoing situations, and then those of you that are in a committed relationship. I feel like that might be a little bit more clear for this, okay? So we're going to start with the message for those of you that are single first. Okay, what I'm kind of seeing happening here, and you could be like single as a Pringle single, like there is no one, and some of you might be single and trying to, you know, dip your toe into the dating world. Okay, so take the messages how they apply to what your situation is. But what I'm seeing here for those of you that are single is that there could be this feeling that you have that is leading you to feel maybe a little bit discouraged. Some of you could certainly be healing from, for some of you, I feel like it may have been abusive connections from the past, or even feeling betrayed, abandoned, okay, is something that I'm also seeing here, rejected or even ghosted by a person. And I feel like this is something that's kind of left you in a place where you may be feeling a little low about it within your love life. There may have even been certain people that kind of rushed in and, you know, made you feel as though it was going to go somewhere. In terms of a long-term relationship or commitment, but you could have found that these were situations that didn't last, okay? And this, of course, because we're doing a forecast, this could be something that you are finding is happening for you, is that there could be certain people that come into your life who, again, make you feel like it's going to go somewhere, and it ends up that it doesn't. They end up rejecting, they end up pushing you away, they end up kind of abandoning your connection. Some of you might also be dealing with people who are very slow movers, meaning that it makes you kind of question what their intentions are and what it is that they're really looking for. Some of you might be attracting partners who are wounded, okay? And I feel like the important message for you, especially with the Page of Swords energy here, the Page of Swords is about looking at the details, and I'm going to move this down a little bit. Page of Swords is about noticing the details, okay? If you are a person who has had, say, like, not the greatest luck in love in your past, when it comes to finding someone who is fully open to receiving the love that you're trying to give. And also this might be about you doing a certain amount of healing to make sure that you are open to receiving love that someone else might be trying to give to you. The Five of Swords energy is talking about betrayal, or feeling hurt by another person's words or actions. And when this is something that we go through, it can make us feel a little bit defensive in connections, in connecting with others. And you perhaps, if you've gone through that, you might be the person who is very slow in your movement with making sure that you're taking your time, because some of you may have had a tendency in the past to kind of rush into things and finding it's leaving you empty, okay, feeling like you're not really gaining anything from the situation. And for others of you, you may have been really hesitant, procrastinating with putting yourself back out there because of what has happened to you in the past. Okay? So I feel like the important thing here for you, for those of you that are single, is to really continue to work on healing any self-sabotaging thoughts. Some of you might be needing to work on building up your self-esteem and your self-worth again. And I feel like into this Nine of Pentacles energy. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is about security, stability, independence, so that you feel stable and strong. Also, with the King of Cups energy here, the King of Cups is about emotional maturity, emotional stability, and looking at that little monster. It looks like he's kind of like a little mermaid here, but he's coming out of the water here with looking excited. Okay, he's got a smile on his face, and he has his cup open. Okay, open to receive. So I feel like that is an important message for you here. Because your message says you can love someone while staying true to your path, it is by traveling your true path that you will find what your heart is seeking. And what your heart is seeking is this Ten of Cups. Okay, so I feel like it's important for you to work on building up your confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth, continuing to nurture the self, healing. Okay, and also for some of you, it could be taking the slow and steady approach, being mindful, right? Paying attention to the details of the people that you connect with. Are they really in alignment with you? Try not to rush into things with people. But also, the Knight of Swords is about being brave. It's about being courageous. Okay? So some of you, this could be finding the inner strength within yourself to put yourself out there again when you are feeling solid, strong, stable. Because sometimes when we go out and we're trying to date and we still have self-worth issues, low self-esteem, we've got abandonment wounds, we have trust issues, we have self-sabotaging thoughts, we're very defensive, we could be attracting partners who are also in that same frequency of energy, and that may not necessarily be what you're looking for, what you're desiring here, which is that Ten of Cups, which is complete emotional fulfillment and someone to be able to reciprocate the love that it is that you're truly desiring. So I feel like Spirit's message here, like I said, staying in alignment with what your desires are, not rushing into, pay attention to the person's actions, their words. Do they align with what it is that you're looking for? Okay. And also, for some of you, it may be just taking your time, right? With that Knight of Pentacles. Now, for those of you that have an ongoing situation with somebody where you are dating them or talking to them and there's not really any commitment there yet, what I'm kind of feeling is that the two of you may not necessarily be in alignment with each other. Okay? I feel like this could be leaving you in a place where you're feeling that your needs are not being met. Okay? And it could be a thing where you are ready for love. You're ready to go all in. And then the person that you are connecting with is someone who is wounded, who is kind of resisting taking things forward. Okay? And again, with that Page of Swords energy, I feel like Spirit's saying you need to pay attention, right, to what you're noticing about this person. Because this person could also be somebody that is reflecting back to you certain belief systems that you might have within yourself because of your own journey with love in the past. Okay, if you're someone who has, gone through or has an abandonment wound, if you've been, through a very chaotic relationship that was toxic, you can certainly have some lingering feelings, thoughts about that. So you want to see maybe with certain people that you're interacting with or the person that you could be currently dealing with, what kind of energy is present there and if it really is something that you really are looking for here. Okay. So I feel like I said, it could be kind of leaving you in a place where you're feeling like your needs are not being met. This person's energy might also be very confusing for you. For some of you, it could be that this person is very hot and cold, or even gets a little bit defensive, making it difficult for you to really connect with each other. Okay. Now, for those of you where you are already married, already in a committed relationship, I'm still seeing that there is a little bit of some challenging energies that are here because the Five of Swords can talk about fighting, arguing, defensiveness. So even for those of you that are in a committed relationship with somebody, we do have the King of Cups here, which is about love, So either you or the person that you are committed to, married to, it looks like someone's energy here is a little challenged. Okay, and that challenged energy might be something that creates conflict within your connection with them. I do feel that and see that love is present. Okay, love is present. I feel like somebody might be struggling with low self-esteem, low self-worth, a little bit of some trust issues here, a need to kind of defend themselves. And so I feel like going back to that message there about you staying in alignment with yourself. Okay, we have to know that, of course, we cannot fix someone. We cannot force someone to change. The best thing that you can do in the situation like this, where you're in a commitment or you are married to someone, is to continue to embody the energy of love. Okay? Continue to embody the energy of love, because if you truly love this person, and I don't doubt that this person loves you too, okay, for those of you that are committed, but you creating a space in your connection or relationship that is emotionally stable, calm, supportive, and grounded for you, kind of like you being the grounding force of energy in that relationship. This is an environment in the connection that can be something that helps this person without you trying to like force them, right? To force them to change and be aggressive and confrontational with each other. But when you can come from a place of love and showing that person love and how balanced you can keep your own emotions in check and just kind of be that grounding force of energy, this can show the other person that it is safe for them to heal here, to work on building themselves up. And of course, this is a choice, but when you can embody that energy of love and compassion and empathy, and it's not to excuse a certain partner's behavior, because of course, if this person is being aggressive or abusive or neglecting you in some way or your needs, that is something that you should speak on and communicate with this person in order for you to connect with each other on an emotional level. But I do feel like it's important for you to continue to be in that energy of the King of Cups. Okay, because this is going to show that person that you know, because even if a person acts defensive with you, and instead of fighting back, right, with that person and arguing and just kind of being defensive and confrontational and drama and negativity and kind of returning that type of energy, you can speak to that person confidently, from a place of love, versus the Five of Swords energy. Okay? So this Page of Swords is, like I said, looking at details, looking at information, noticing, right? Reading between the lines, paying attention to a person's patterns of behavior. Okay? So this could be something that turns this energy around between you and this person, where there's steady progress to overcome those challenging or difficult energies. But of course, at any time, if you feel like that person is not changing, that person is not growing, again, this is where Spirit's saying, don't change who you are, right? It's kind of like Spirit saying, don't stoop to that level. If that person is putting out toxic energy and they're not changing, and no matter how nice you try to be, no matter how loving and sweet you try to be, of course, with you having boundaries yourself, and they're still not changing, this is the time for you to maybe make a big decision for yourself about whether or not that connection is in alignment for you. Okay, especially if you feel like your needs are not being met emotionally with a person, or you feel like it's just continuing to be stuck in a cycle of negativity, drama, and you're feeling kind of like an emptiness or void within yourself because some emotional need is not being met. Okay? I feel like with the King of Cups, if you are in that situation, again, this is you embodying the energy of love, compassion, empathy, but also recognizing that if a person is not in alignment with you, you can certainly remove yourself from that situation and know that you will meet and connect with a person who is truly in alignment for you. Okay? And then also back again, because I forgot to mention, for those of you that are single here, you could certainly have, we've got water sign energy here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we also have air signs coming in. Like I said, some of you might have a person, multiple people, especially if you're dating. You could have people come in who rush towards you and just kind of like a love bombing type of energy. Of course, you want to watch, right, to make sure that that person is consistent. Okay, they're not just kind of doing a whole bunch of love bombing in the beginning and then they start to leave you right behind, where you're feeling like, okay, it was all amazing at the beginning, but then it just started to change as we were progressing along here. And some of you might have a person who comes in who is a little bit of a slow mover, but showing you that they are committed to talking to you, messaging you, and you might be able to see, okay, this person might have a little bit of some wounds here, but again, we're coming in with King of Cups energy, calm, balanced, loving, compassionate, emotionally supportive. That might make it easier for a person to say, okay, I can ease into this connection with confidence. Pile number 1 is showing me that they are a strong, stable, loving, supportive energy, and I can continue to open myself up to something deeper with pile number 1. Okay? Some of you could be connecting with a person online with that Page of Swords energy, is what I'm also seeing here. Okay? So let's get some oracle messages here. What can pile number 1 expect in their love life for the rest of 2024? We have freedom here. And it says, love can only flourish and grow in freedom. Create space to receive more. Okay. And then we have reunion here. Second chances. Getting back together is now possible. Keep an open heart. Okay, so some of you might be, you know, continuing on your journey of being single. If you're noticing maybe that if you are starting to deal with somebody or currently dealing with somebody and they're just kind of, you know, putting up the defenses, maybe this is kind of allowing that person to kind of move in their own time. Some of you, this is Spirit saying there might be some type of reunion happening for you and this person, somebody. For some of you, the reunion might also be that if you and another person if you are committed and in a relationship with the person, like I said, this could be where you and this person are able to reconnect with each other. Okay, that won't be for all of you, but sometimes there are, you know, some people who are willing to work and address issues, concerns, and work on being a better version of themselves, but that doesn't always happen. Okay, some people just don't grow, don't want to grow, or, you know, afraid of, or they don't even have any self-awareness. Okay, so some of you, it could be that, you know, the person you're connecting with is willing to put in and commit themselves to slowly and steadily overcoming some of the issues that they might have going on with themselves, or even issues between the two of you, resolving them. Let's see what else. We have grief here. And then we have ego. Okay, so someone's ego can certainly be hurt, wounded. It may be your own wounded ego. It could be another person that you are dealing with here. I'm seeing baggage at the bottom. Ego, childhood, past relationships. So, of course, this is something that you want to kind of watch out for, is that you're not kind of bringing in, you know, past energies here that could create conflict, working to, maybe for some of you, that is, if you still feel like you're not ready yet, especially if you're still healing from something pretty heavy, you know, like I said, this could be spending time building yourself up back again. Okay. We do also have chemistry here too. So you could certainly be connecting with someone that you feel that there is a very strong chemistry or attraction with. I want to look at what this energy of grief is here. What is this grief over? We have the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. Okay. So yeah, some of you could be dealing with, I mean, this of course could be your own energy having nothing to do with another person. The 7 of Swords can be betrayal or betrayal wounds, insecurities, fears, avoidance. You know, some of you could still be grieving the loss of a relationship, or even making a choice to end a relationship. Okay. Some of you might be feeling hurt because of the person who's avoidant. Maybe it is the person who's kind of bringing in some old baggage here, and you, like I said, could be deciding whether or not this person is truly in alignment. You know, so I feel like Spirit's message here for you is to just keep in mind to stay true to you, stay true to what it is that you are really desiring and looking for when it comes to love. You are more than deserving of that. Okay, if you're really feeling like there's some time that you need and some space for yourself to really work on building up your energy. And I feel like what's also important to notice too, for those of you that are dating and you keep finding that you keep having or meeting the same person over and over again, but just kind of like a different body, meaning that you keep getting rejected over and over and over again, or you keep connecting with people who are emotionally unavailable, and it keeps happening over and over again. Take some time to just pause, okay? And reflect inwards. What is it within your energy that might need to be addressed? Because we have to remember the universe responds to our vibration, our frequency of energy. So if we are kind of in a low frequency of energy, right, in this Five of Pentacles or even that Five of Swords, where we're feeling like a victim, where we're feeling defeated, where we're feeling low self-esteem, low self-worth, insecure, we may certainly attract partners who are in that same vibration, because this could be something that we do have conscious awareness of, to say, okay, yes, pile one feels insecure, or they have an abandonment wound, and it's something that you're aware of, but subconsciously you might not be aware of how that could be affecting your thoughts and your vibration. Okay, your thoughts also carry a vibration. So even though consciously you might be saying, okay, yes, universe, I'm ready for love, I'm ready to meet my person, I'm ready to meet my partner, but subconsciously there's thoughts or feelings of unworthiness, of rejection, of past stuff that you're still holding on to energetically. All of those things make up your vibration as well. Okay, so if you're noticing kind of like a repeat situation here over and over and over again, take a step back. Take some time to really kind of look inwards to see what is it that's going on within my own energy that I need to correct. Okay, all right, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonate with the rose quartz and this card here, this is going to be your reading today. So we're looking at your love forecast for the second half of 2024. When we pull the energy here, I am going to be describing what the energy is for those of you that are single, have an ongoing situation, dating, situationship, friends with benefits, whatever the energy is, and then also giving a message for those of you that are already in a committed relationship. So take the messages that come through with however they apply to what your situation and your unique situation is. If there's something that comes through that doesn't really make sense, that is not your message. Okay? Like I said, you're also more than welcome to choose a different pile if you feel like the one that you've chosen doesn't really resonate. Okay, so we'll see what your message is. We have Moonchild, and it says, mermaid spirit encourages you to trust your feelings, act on your inner guidance, and be patient. It also says, I surrender to divine timing. Okay, so I'm feeling like an important message for you through the rest of 2024 in your love life is to pay close attention to what your own intuition is telling you. Okay, whether that is single, in a relationship, or currently dealing with the situation right now. Now, sometimes that inner voice, that inner guidance might be something that is in conflict with our ego. Okay, sometimes our ego has certain desires or wants certain things that sometimes are not the best for us. Sometimes we're blinded to it, or we might not be looking at a situation correctly. So sometimes listening to that inner voice and really listening to what your higher self has to say to you, okay, could be really important for deciding whether or not to continue on with a situation, or deciding to move away from it, especially for those of you that are having an ongoing situation or a connection. Okay, also for those of you that are single, with I surrender to divine timing, this could be you trusting your intuition about whether or not you feel ready, right, for love. If there's something that you're needing to kind of work on within yourself, or if you feel like, okay, I've already tried to date, I haven't been able to find someone, and just kind of spending that time being single. Some of you, that single time could be time that you spend really kind of being clear about what it is that you are really looking for, so that when you do put yourself out there to start dating again or to connect with others, that you are clear about what it is that you want, and you're not going to settle for less than that. You're not going to settle for the breadcrumbs, no matter how much you might like somebody, love them, attracted to them. It's really about listening to that inner voice and knowing, is this person really in alignment for me? Okay, and trusting that you will meet the right person in divine timing. Sometimes we try to rush, we try to, you know, may be blinded to certain red flags going into situations, and we might be wondering, why am I not meeting anybody? But we also have to trust that the divine always has a plan. And sometimes there are certain situations that we get involved in that may be something that are teaching us some very important lessons. Sometimes they're painful, sometimes they're challenging. And this is why it's so important for you to listen to what your inner guidance is telling you, because sometimes that inner voice could be coming through with loving support for you to move forward in a situation. And sometimes that inner voice is coming through with a warning. So it's important for us to just kind of trust what our gut feelings are, trust what that inner voice is saying to you over the next months here through the end of 2024. So let's pull some tarot. You know, and also trusting that if certain things are not working out, not aligning, there's always a reason for that, okay? It could be that that person is not meant for you. Let's see. Pile number 2. What can you expect in your love life for the remainder of 2024? What can pile number 2 expect in their love life for the remainder of 2024? We have the Queen of Cups. What can pile number 2 expect? We also have Temperance. We have the Page of Swords, and then we also have the Four of Swords. It came out with that. What can you expect in your love life for the remainder of 2024? We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles and also the Chariot. Okay. Two of Cups is at the bottom. And Justice is right underneath that. Okay. With the Sun. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to start off for those of you that are single first, okay? And then we'll kind of go down the line for those of you that have an ongoing situation happening with someone, what's going on there, and then also for those of you that are in committed relationships, okay? So starting off with the singles, there's your single energy right here, the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So I feel like you are going to be meeting someone, okay? Those of you that are single. And I do feel like this connection is going to be one that is, this could be a soulmate coming in for you. This might even be a person that you end up having a serious relationship with, okay? Some of you, this might be your life partner. It could be a person that you have a long-term relationship with. I do feel like this connection is going to be one that is very balanced. Yes, very balanced here. One that brings in a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. We do have Libra, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay? But I do feel like there is a soulmate coming in for you. With that, you know, I'm seeing where there is healing that's happening for you. Because for some of you, maybe this has been that you've been single for a little bit. You've been working on your healing. You've been working on balancing your own energy, transmuting energy, and working on your healing here. And this is going to put you into a place, energetically speaking, where you are open to receive love that is balanced here, that is harmonious, something that is where a person is reciprocating your energy here. Okay. We do have the Chariot energy here. So this is a beautiful energy about making progress, about forward movement. So especially for those of you where you've been feeling like your love life has been stagnant with nothing going on, you know, some of you might be meeting a person online. Some of you, this might even be a distance connection for you, where maybe there is travel that is required. So some of you, that might be a situation there. Some of you might be meeting a person through your job. Okay, through your job, work. That could be a situation here as well. I do feel like the person coming towards you, pile one, is going to be somebody who balances you out. Okay, a person who is a very emotionally supportive. For some of you, this might be a person that is very intelligent, very well spoken. Some of you, it could be a person who's very business minded, very financially secure, stable, someone who might even be financially independent, wealthy, business owner for some of you. I feel like this person will be someone who has a very good sense of humor. For those of you, and I almost kind of feel like what is happening here is some of you, this might be like a person who you would see is like your total opposite. But this person balances you out. Okay? So if you are someone who's like maybe more shy, more quiet, the person that you connect with could be someone who's more of an extrovert, person who is very really good at communication, you know, assertive, in the way that they carry themselves, the way that they speak, the way that they communicate. And like I said, this is going to be something that kind of balances you out here. Okay. So I am seeing that for you. For those of you that are single, you could definitely be meeting and connecting with somebody here for a serious relationship. Some of you, like I said, it could even be your life partner, like your person that's coming in for you. Okay. So this is, again, going back to your message here, surrender to divine timing. Okay. Trust your feelings, act on your inner guidance, and be patient, which is also a message with Temperance, is about being patient. Trusting and knowing that, you know, the universe is bringing your person in. Some of you, I feel like with the Justice card being here, because the Justice card also has to do with karma. In this case, karma working in your favor. Some of you may have gone through some really challenging situations, or just kind of finding that situations were not working out with people. And the Justice card being present is like Spirit saying, it's your time, pile two. Okay. It's your time. And sometimes we don't see that, right? We're like holding on to certain people or situations thinking, why didn't this work out? I really wanted that one to work out. And it's like the person that is meant for you is perfect for you. Okay. And this is where, again, we're needing to trust in divine timing here. Okay. Now, for those of you that have kind of like an ongoing situation, where you're dating here, I feel like this is also positive news for you too. Okay. Because this could truly be a situation where this connection, I feel also still, this Two of Cups energy is having or developing an emotional bond or connection with someone. The Justice card is about truth. It's about honesty. It's about integrity and things being fair and balanced, meaning there's a mutual energy between you and this person, maybe presently. You know, I'm feeling that one person could be a little bit more outward with their feelings, with their emotions, whereas the other person might be someone who is, I would say, a little bit more discerning about putting their feelings out there, okay? But I do see that there will be progress for you, for those of you that have an ongoing situation, meaning that you're dating somebody, you've got, I don't know, a situationship, friends with benefits, something like that. Whatever you've got going on here with where there's a person that's already present. With the Chariot energy here, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety doing this pile. Okay, so some of you might be really anxious, and I feel like this started when I started your pile, when I started feeling like I was kind of just anxious. Okay, so some of you might be maybe anxious over an ongoing situation you have right now and kind of questioning, like, is this gonna go anywhere? And I feel like it is, okay, because we have the Chariot here. The Chariot is about forward movement. It's about victory, success, being able to overcome certain challenges here. Some of you might be hearing from someone that maybe you're in a no contact situation with. And I feel like if that is the case, this person will be coming in with a better energy, being honest about their feelings. Some of you might be questioning, like, does this person even have feelings for you? And I feel like they do. Okay? There is something that is mutual happening here between you and this person. And I feel like you are someone who makes this person very happy. Some of you might even be moving your connection forward with this person to the next level, whatever the next level is for you, whether that means dating or, you know, we're in a committed relationship now. And some of you, it could even be, if it's an ongoing situation already, where you guys make that big step and you actually are, you know, ending up in something more serious with each other. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing there. Some of you could be getting a message, hearing from somebody that maybe they've been waiting for that has been no contact with you. Now, for those of you where you are already in a committed relationship or married, okay, I'm getting kind of two different, and these messages are going in two different directions here, okay? So for some of you, you could be married, like I said, or in a committed relationship with someone. And I'm seeing here that for those of you that are feeling that you no longer connect with your partner on an emotional level, and you may feel, you know, I've been with this person, but this person is not opening up here. This person is not meeting my needs here. Some of you might be deciding to end a situation here. Okay, you might be deciding to end a commitment or a contract with somebody. You may be spending some time really kind of reflecting upon whether or not it is really time for you to be able to move on from that situation. So you could be kind of paying attention from now till the end of the year about whether or not you feel it is the best decision for you to, maybe for some of you, file for divorce. Okay? And I feel like if you're already feeling that way, you know, kind of like one foot out the door, I feel like Spirit is supporting that decision. Okay? Because really what this is doing is helping you not only to have the willpower to move on from a situation that is not serving you, but it's going to help you to bring you into alignment with the right person who is. And so that could be you connecting and meeting with a soulmate here, someone that does feel more balanced for you. So some of you could literally be making a decision here, like I said, to end a relationship. Okay, and I feel like Spirit is supporting that. If you've already been feeling intuitively, this is what I need to do, or even if you're with somebody because of financial reasons, because they are your financial security, and really there is no feelings there for that person, and that is the only reason that you're staying there, is because of financial security. Some of you could be working towards making yourself more financially secure, independent of that person, enough for you to even start taking those steps towards taking action, towards removing yourself out of that, and actually having the willpower, the confidence within yourself to get out of it. Okay, so some of you could be making that choice too. Now, for those of you where you are, you know, in your commitment, in your relationship, and you're good there, I mean, there's beautiful energy here. So it could be that you are strengthening your bond, your connection with your partner. Some of you might be really working on your connection in terms of healing, okay? Working on your communication with that person. That could be you being, you know, setting certain boundaries with each other, having open heart-to-heart conversations where you and this person are working together to maintain and stabilize a balanced relationship with one another. Okay? So I'm seeing kind of success for those of you that are in a marriage or in a relationship and you're happy and you're just kind of here to kind of figure out how things are going and moving along for you, and of like it's beautiful energy. Okay? The King of Pentacles is about stability, security, you know, something solid and stable that you guys are building with each other. But I also feel like this connection is also something that helps you to also find a sense of interdependence, a healthier interdependence in the relationship, where you are supported by your partner, but also able to be self-sufficient. You know, where both of you inspire each other to grow and to be the best versions of yourself, okay, is kind of what I'm getting there. Okay, so let's pull some oracle here. Pile number 2. What can you expect in your love life for the rest of 2024? We have Wings of Love here. And it says love is transforming you either by flying in or out. Okay? And so like I said, I'm getting both of those energies here. It could be new love coming in for some of you. For some of you, it is you making a decision to leave, or another person who's deciding to leave a situation. But in doing so, this is helping you to align with the right person, okay, that is meant for you. Let's see what else. What can pile 2 expect here? We've got rebirth. Beautiful. And then we have surrender here. It says embrace and envelop your soul with this love. All of me loves all of you. Okay, and I'm feeling surrendering to divine timing is also something important for you. Now we do have a scorecard here, and I want to see what that is about. We have message here. So some of you, like I said, you could be receiving some type of message or communication coming in from someone. We have legacy here, which is more or less about long-term, stable connections, commitments for you. And then we have divine protection here. It says that the universe is keeping your love connections safe. So again, the person who you are meant to be with, or if, like I said, for some of you where you are, you know, finding and connecting with that person who is your soulmate, this is spirit letting you know that your connection is being protected here. So let's look at the scorecard and see what this is about. And there's the anxiety, okay? I'm not lying. I just, when I started this pile, I'm like, why do I feel so anxious with this energy? Maybe some of you are just, you know, a little bit stressing. Okay. What is this scorecard here? Have to do with maybe 75 or 5 and 7 is something significant for you. Okay, so we have judgment here. Judgment is about release. It's also about making major decisions. You know, like I said, some of you could be making a decision about whether or not it's time to release someone. Judgment is about releasing our past energetic burdens. For some of you, it could be making a decision about whether or not to reconcile with someone. Okay. But judgment is also about answering the call of our soul and also an energy of rebirth. So some of you, this could be kind of stepping out into your love life in this new version of you. One that is more balanced, one that is more emotionally stable. Leaving your past in the past. We have the Eight of Swords, okay, which is about keeping ourselves stuck in a mental prison of negativity. So some of you, this could be working towards releasing a lot of the feelings and thoughts that are keeping you blocked mentally from really opening yourself up. That could be your own fears, your own insecurities, you know, leaving that type of energy in the past and feeling excited about moving forward. You know, the Knight of Wands moves forward with passion, with motivation, with excitement, you know, which is the way that we should feel about love, right? Not negative and, you know, self-limiting beliefs and things of that nature because of maybe certain things that we've got, right? This can certainly affect our energy here and who we attract and connect with in our life. Okay, so I am feeling there's going to be some type of breakthrough for you emotionally. Some of you, like I said, you could be meeting your soulmate. Okay, connecting with the soulmate here. We've also got Scorpio energy here, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay, all right, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonate with this card here, this is going to be your reading today. So we're doing your love forecast for the second half of 2024 to see what is going to happen in your love life from now until the end of the year. I am going to be looking at the energy that comes through and kind of describing it for those of you that are single, have ongoing situations, as well as for those of you that have that are in a committed relationship or even married. Okay, so take the messages however they resonate to what your situation is. If you're feeling like the energy that's coming through doesn't resonate for you, you're more than welcome to choose another pile. So let's see what your message is. We have Wild Things. It says, you have grown. Your soul is ready for something new. There are wonderful worlds, curious creatures, and sacred stories calling you. It is the right time to explore new territory. Okay, so your soul is ready for something new. So maybe for those of you that are single, this could be, you know, making yourself available for new love, putting in some effort with whether that's, you know, engaging with new people, socializing, going out, having fun, meeting and connecting with others, networking, getting to know people. Some of you, you know, like online dating, and some of you are like want to meet somebody organically. So whatever your preference is, this is Spirit saying your soul is ready for something new. Now, for those of you that might have an ongoing situation or even a current commitment, this might also be telling you here that maybe the person that you're currently with right now isn't quite in alignment, and your soul could really be searching or seeking for something else. Okay? It says it is the right time to explore new territory. So maybe this means moving on from a past situation. We'll just kind of see how the energy comes through. All right. So like I said, I'm going to describe the energy for singles, and then for people that have ongoing, dating somebody, dealing with someone currently, situationships, friend with benefits, or, you know, texting, whatever's happening that you've got ongoing, and then for those of you that are in a relationship, and we'll see. Okay, so pile number 3. What can you expect in your love life from now until the end of 2024? We've got the Ten of Wands. Okay. So the Ten of Wands message for us is basically, what can we release? What can we let go of? There's something, maybe a current situation right now, for some of you, that is weighing heavily on you. It could be something that is limiting you, restricting you, maybe creating a lot of burdensome type of energy. It could be something that is, just causing a lot of stress. For some of you that are single, this could be about releasing your energetic burdens from the past, things that are weighing on you, things that you're still holding on to, that you're needing to release so that you can have this new beginning without all of this heaviness, whether that is spiritual, mental, emotional, physical baggage, if you will. Okay? So let's see what else. What can you expect in your love life the second half of 2024? Says you have grown. Your soul is ready for something new. Maybe for some of you this means outgrowing situations or current connections. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Well, there it is. We've got the Tower. Yeah. Some of you could very well be going through a divorce or separation. That's coming out right now, so I'm going to say it before I forget. But how could I not forget with the Tower there? Okay, so let's see. What you can expect in the second half of your love life. I'm sorry, second half of the year in your love life. We've got Justice here. We have the Lovers. We have the Fool. Okay. And the Moon. And let's get one more. And we have the Emperor. Okay. There's the Empress at the bottom. Okay. So all right. I really want to start with married, committed people. So the other piles I started with single energy, but I feel like I'm seeing so many messages here right now about those of you that are already in commitments or marriages. I'm going to start with that. So, okay. So what I'm seeing here, and I'm seeing we have both the Empress and the Emperor here, and the Lovers and the Justice card. So, and Queen of Pentacles too. So there's commitment here. Okay, there's a commitment. Some of you could be married or in a long-term relationship, separated. Some of you could be, yes, in a committed relationship and kind of feeling that this relationship, and I feel like this could be coming through a Tower moment for you where you were having some type of epiphany or realization that perhaps this relationship or this marriage is something that is not really in alignment for you anymore. You could be recognizing that maybe this relationship is something that is holding you back or weighing on you. It's restricting you or limiting you in some way from maybe something that you feel would be more in alignment with you. So I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, maybe even thinking like, where is this marriage headed? Where is this relationship headed? And so some of you might be deciding to leave. Okay. Now, the Tower can be an epiphany or a realization that you have that maybe you and this person are just not working. Okay. And that could be you kind of deciding with the full energy here to take some type of leap of faith with letting go of this connection because you feel that it is for your highest good or even the highest good of the other person. Okay? Because I know sometimes for some of you, I've heard in reading the comments and stuff like that, where sometimes there's a marriage or there's a long-term relationship in place where one person falls out of love or both people fall out of love, with one another. They stay together, but there's not really any love there anymore, and maybe just staying together for financial reasons or for family or something like that. So some of you might be kind of making a decision for the highest good of all in this situation with the Justice card being present. And the moon also has to do with our subconscious mind. So some of you might even have some suppressed feelings towards a partner, towards a spouse, and just kind of feeling that maybe it doesn't no longer resonates for you. So like I said, those of you that are in that situation and that is true for you, I'm seeing by the end of the year, you could be deciding to leave. Okay, the Tower energy can also be about chaos. This might even be going through a separation, a divorce, a breakup. Okay, for those of you that are in a relationship, it could be some type of upheaval that occurs in your connection. It could be something that you are doing or even the other person is doing, but this is certainly opening you up to a new beginning. Okay, and I do feel like it is going to be something for your highest good. Okay, now for those of you where, what do I want to say? I think I want to clarify just a little bit with the Tower here and the Fool. Okay, so what is this Tower energy here? We have the Page of Wands. Okay, so yeah, this energy is about moving on in this pile. Moving forward, starting down a new path. Okay? So let's see what the Fool is here. Page of Pentacles, yes, in the world. Okay, so yes, there's an ending here. So yes, again, to those of you that are already in a relationship, it could be something that's coming to an end here unexpectedly with the Tower. It could be something that you are doing, like I said, or the other person. Okay, I do feel like with the Ten of Wands energy here, it could be, perhaps, like I said, something that could be holding you back here. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing here, and this, won't be for everyone, but those of you that have been in a commitment with someone and the two of you really love each other, okay? You love each other. And you and this person have been going through some difficult times with your relationship, and there's been a lot of uncertainty, like with what's going to happen with our relationship, what's going to happen with our marriage. Some of you might be in a situation where this difficult time that you were having with this person comes to an end, and you guys are able to either reunite with each other or work through this situation with each other to have a new beginning with each other. Okay, so like I said, this won't be for all of you, but some of you, it could be making that decision to stay in your relationship, work on your relationship, and bring that tough cycle that may have been very chaotic for you and this person to an end, and starting fresh and new and starting over. Okay? Now, for those of you that are single, this is beautiful. Okay? This is really beautiful, because I feel like what's happening here for you is that there is a breakthrough here for you, which means that you're going to feel this shift of energy. And what is happening on a spiritual level is that it's kind of like one day where you feel like, okay, I'm still carrying this resentment. I'm still carrying this anger. I still feel all of this pain. I still feel all of this stuff from my past situations. But this is spirit is spirit coming through. The Tower is about divine intervention. So this is something that the divine is helping you with. This is you releasing what you have been holding on to, or what you've been carrying energetically that may have been making it difficult for you to find the right person. So there's this huge energetic release of that energy, almost like a block is being removed. Okay? Like a huge block, a huge energy that was creating resistance within you is being released. And what this is doing is it's stabilizing your energy. And you will be meeting someone new. Okay? You'll be meeting someone new. So you're leaving your past in the past, you're releasing it energetically. This is clearing the blocks, clearing the resistance from you aligning with the person that you're meant to be with. I'm feeling for those of you that have been having doubts, like, I'm never going to find the right person. You know, how come this person hasn't aligned with me yet? This person's coming in. Okay? We have the Emperor and the Empress here. So, and then the Lovers. I mean, this is beautiful energy. We get the Lovers here, the Justice card, the Queen of Pentacles. So for many of you, this is going to be meeting your soulmate, meeting your life partner by the end of the year. Okay? This could also be meeting the person that you actually end up marrying. Some of you might have children with this person if that is what you are wanting to do. It could be meeting, you know, the person that you've been waiting your whole life for with the Emperor and the Empress. This is soulmate energy or even divine counterpart for some of you, union or reunion. Like I said, a difficult time, a difficult cycle kind of coming to an end. What else am I seeing here? Some of you might meet this person online. I'm seeing that we do have the World here. It could even be even a person that lives at a distance from you or that you do meet online. And you could be kind of taking a leap of faith to say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. And I feel like it's leading you in the right direction to meeting and connecting with your person. Okay? So I'm seeing that coming in for you. Now we do have Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Libra. And then the world is the 4 fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Okay? For those of you that have an ongoing situation with someone, and I feel like, again, I'm feeling this could go in 2 different directions. So you have to kind of see what happens in your situation dependent upon how that person's energy towards you. Now, some of you might have an ongoing situation with someone where you are kind of feeling, I want a commitment with this person. I want to move forward with something, but some of you might be in a situation where the person may not be reciprocating your energy. Okay? They may be holding back. Now for some of you, I'm either seeing that you are leaving that situation and deciding to let it go because you're feeling like, okay, I've already put in enough time here and it's time for me to move on to something else. And if you're doing that and you're feeling guided to, your own intuition is guiding you to do that, I feel like you are making the right decision. Okay? Now for those of you where you have an ongoing situation going on right now, and maybe you've been waiting for the person to contact you, message you. I'm seeing an unexpected communication coming in from this person. Maybe where a person may have been holding back here. This person could be coming back in with better energy to reunite with you, give your connection a second chance, start over, and put the past behind you. Okay? Now, because this is a general reading, like I said, I have to read the energies that are here. So you will have to kind of pay attention to what is unique to your situation and how you're noticing these energies kind of unfold for you. But Spirit is saying here, you've grown and your soul is ready for something new. So some of you, like I said, that have chosen this pile may be on that path of being directed with the Fool energy here towards a new beginning. The Fool is about opening ourselves up to unlimited potential, unlimited possibilities. And for many of you, this is aligning you with your life partner, your soulmate, your divine counterpart. The Lovers is also a divinely guided union. So some of you are going to have someone new come into your life that is your person, the person that you're meant to be with. Some of you, this is a marital partner, a person that you will have a long-term relationship with. Beautiful energy. Okay. So let's see what else for you. Yeah, some of you I'm seeing kind of like moving on from a situation where you're feeling like there's so much uncertainty here. There's so much unknowns. Some of you could be dealing with the person who's too afraid, of committing. And you might, again, suddenly have an epiphany and a realization like, no, I'm not going to wait around forever. I'm going to put myself out there. And I feel like it's going to be worth it for you because Spirit's bringing in another person here. Someone who is ready for union, someone who is ready for commitment, okay? Not having to try to fight someone to, be in a relationship or have them be with you, right? This is something that should just flow. You shouldn't have to work that hard to commit to someone. Okay. So pile number 3, what can you expect in the second half of 2024? Yeah, we've got self-love here. And it says self-love is the cornerstone of sharing true love. Cherish you. Okay. And then we have balance here. Fair and balanced energy creates harmony for a strong future. So I'm certainly feeling the balance here with the Lovers, the Empress, and the Emperor being present is what you can expect, right? Balanced energies. We have the Key here. Some of you could very well be coming into union with the divine counterpart here, especially if there's been, a lot of challenges between you and this person. Some of you, your divine counterpart could be awakening to your connection and deciding to start new, start over, come into alignment here, especially for those divine counterparts that have both done that inner work, that have both worked on their ascension. Okay. We have missing you here. It says thoughts of you on their mind, considering feelings and emotions. So some of you could be, at a distance from someone who is wanting another chance here. We have complicated and also opportunity. So some of you could very well be in a complicated situation, and but I'm certainly feeling like Spirit's saying there's an opportunity here for a new beginning. Some of you could also be dealing with a person who is, those of you that are in third-party situations where the person, you've maybe been waiting for them to end a situation. This could also be something that's happening for you. Ending, bringing an end to it. I'm seeing new chapter at the bottom. A new chapter in your book of love is calling you for a fresh start. Okay, so this is twice. This message is coming in for you here. We have opportunity here. This also reminds me of one of the aces in the tarot. A new beginning. Opportunity. We have karma. And I saw this was coming in reverse. I'm going to take it like that because I feel like it makes sense. Like I said, some of you, there's a certain energy that's being released here. Some of you might be being released from karmic contracts, clearing karma, energetic burdens being released for you to start fresh and new. And then we have friendship and legacy. So some of you, like I said, you could be entering a new partnership here, one that is your, like I said, forever person, long-term relationship. Some of you, it might even be something that starts off as a friendship. Past life is also at the bottom. So some of you, this could be a person that you share a past life with. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you. Pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.